Okay, so I specifically came here because I wanted to talk about something very important, and it's getting from this right here to this right here. You know what I'm talking about, right? Avoiding work is such a trap that you're probably gonna like face at some point in your life because it's just something human. We get distracted in our lives and we get very hesitant to act and delve into action just because we think this right here, this space is painful. We think that this is an illusion. It is not painful. It is not painful. You know why it's painful? Because you're right here. You're right here. And all you see is pain. But once you get here, once you get into the thick of it, into the flow of things, it becomes such a game like thing that you become addicted to it. It becomes like the most enjoyable activity that you can possibly imagine yourself to do. But that's only gonna happen if you first break this barrier, if you enter it at some section, at one point in this whole barrier, you need to like find a weak spot that you can attack and you can like enter into it. And I'm going to show you how you can do that because I've been doing that for the entirety of my life. And I've always been in this oscillation between distraction and like keeping the focus on what matters, right? On work. So, how can you come from here that you don't want to be trapped in to here that you want to be staying forever? You want to be like constantly working on the things that matters to you and not be distracted by unimportant things and not be thinking about matters that doesn't have any relation to the ultimate goal of your life, which is for any person, the goal is to transform themselves. Like we're always trying to transform our character through the work that we do. We're trying to become much more resilient, and that is only going to happen if you find a system that you use to get yourself into the flow of things. And that's one of these like spot that you can choose. So for me, if I were to talk about like how I approach work, is that I just like try to not get into any distraction and just like focus on one thing and tell myself that this is the only thing that you need to actually work on. And then every distraction just goes away. Just because I don't allow even like the tiniest distraction. Let me tell you, let me give you an example. For example, like if I say today is about writing an essay, for example, then that's all I'm going to allow myself to do. And if I had like some sort of thought about watching a movie or like trying to do anything, I know that if I give into it, I become very weak that I cannot get myself back to work again. The barrier becomes thicker and thicker as you get into the distraction cycle. And so the smallest thing can be a slip for bigger distractions. Do not allow anything like this. I'm going to tell you why. Because you kind of like taste a little bit of easiness, and that work that you've been avoiding becomes like much more painful because you're contrasting it, right? But if you like do the hard thing, even like something that is super boring and hard becomes the constant state of your existence. You know that it's just all you've been experiencing and it's okay. And you're never gonna like be hurt or be damaged by it, which is something that we we normally think, like in our subconscious, we think that if we do the hard thing, we're probably going to be destroyed. That's like kind of like the default system of our brain, and that's why we avoid it. But if you do always do the hard thing, it becomes your default mode. Sorry, this is just such a chaotic video, but I just wanted to come here and tell myself that I do not want to allow myself even the tiniest bit of distraction, let alone the biggest pieces. Like sometimes the other day I figured that all I did that day was to watch stupid movies, and then like whenever I thought about work, it was like such a big thing because I've been enjoying myself the whole time. I've been very easy on myself, and then like that hardship felt so much bigger, and then I kind of avoided it and went to sleep because I thought, oh my God, that's just like a brick wall that I cannot break through. But it wasn't. It was just an illusion caused by me exposing myself to something that is super easy. So you have to kind of, if this is your threshold, you have to move it up. Like the hardship threshold. You have to move it up and up by doing hard things and adding onto your load. This concept of progressive overload, that's exactly what you're doing here. Because something that felt so hard in the past would not feel as hard in the future just because you have furthered your threshold, and you have to like feel so pain, such a huge amount of pain until you actually feel like you don't want to do it again, right? So this is what I wanted to say, and this is such a very quick video, but I'm probably gonna make other videos about it, and it's gonna be me explaining stuff that I am dealing with in my life and I want to get rid of. But yeah, it's been fun. Thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful, and I hope that you can break through this wall very soon in your life and become like this becomes like your constant state of being. That's what we are aiming for, state of being. I hope this happens to you. Thank you.